Check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. All right, so I was talking with someone back and forth. We was talking about kundalini awakening and that whole thing and different experiences and stuff which which led me to searching on YouTube, searching about Kundalini Awakenings on YouTube, and just trying to hear some different people testimonies and shit, and seeing what they were saying about it. And I come to find that there's a ton of videos with people telling you how to awaken your Kundalini energy, but there's not a ton of videos of people giving their personal account of experiencing their own Kundalini awakening, which led me to making this video. So, I'm definitely no expert in the matter. However, today I've experienced this sensation of raising up the Kundalini energy on 3 separate occasions. All 3 occasions were spontaneous. Um, it wasn't nothing that I set out to do at the time. Like I wasn't in the middle of a meditation session or something and rose up my Kundalini. Like it ain't ever happened like that for me. It always just happened at a random moment, or so it seemed random to me. So the first experience, and this has been some years back, a few years back, so it's kind of vague to me, though I got it written down somewhere. But I'll try to give you the gist of it. The first experience, I remember I was in the bed. It was early one morning, and I was waking up. I didn't have my eyes open yet or nothing, but it was early, and I was in the process of waking up. You know, we wake up in stages, right? So I'm in the process of waking up, but I'm just laying there. I'm still laying there, still, eyes still closed and all that. And then and then I start to see something, and I'm just kind of feeling like that I'm just um, lucid dreaming at the time, because even though my body was still, it's not like I was having an episode where I was under sleep paralysis and I couldn't move if I wanted to. Like it wasn't like that. My body was still, but I could tell that like I could have got up and went to the bathroom if I so decided to. So it was a little different. But I was laying there and I started getting this vision. And in this vision, um, right in my face, kind of like on a big screen, if you were sitting in the movie, at the movie theater, and like you just watching that big screen, that's all you can see. So it kind of puts you in the mind of that. And so in my view, I see this brother Panic's head, his face, just his head and up. Like that was like the whole view. Okay. So I'm listening and he's teaching and he's telling me certain things like and dropping a couple of gems on me. Um and basically telling me not to, like, I know you are in love with the glitz and glamours, and you want the houses and the money and the cars like Jay-Z and Drake and them. But basically, you keep to course, there may be something much greater that's waiting on you. That was pretty much the gist of the message. All right, so then the shit got weird, and it's like niggas started spinning around in a circle. Like this whole time, even though this is all I'm seeing is his face, but it's like he's in the car, as in driving the car, and then I just start hearing like the him burning rubber. You know what I'm saying? You hear the engine racing loud, and then the tires smoking and shit. It's weird, and it's very hard to explain. And then so he starts to do these donuts, just doing donuts in a circle. And I'm going in a circle as if I'm in the car too. Right? And I'm going in the circle now, you know what I'm saying? And then I start to feel, it felt like cat paws. It felt like a cat, and I'm talking about the physical feeling. It felt like a cat started running up my legs and climbing up my chest. Extremely, extremely real. And then it felt like what I can only describe like as a golf-sized ball. It felt like a golf ball was in my back. And it started running up and down my spine like insanely fast. And I'm vibrating. And so this ball is bouncing up and down like at a retarded rate of speed. And all of this shit, it does not feel pleasant. Like it was extremely intense, and it was actually got too intense for me to where I had to snap out of it. And was like, no, I'm done. And went ahead and ended the experience. Or whatever. So that was pretty much the gist of the first time where I experienced this energy raising up. The second time was a while later, maybe a year or so or more in between. And I laid on the couch to take a nap. Well, during this nap, either as I was falling asleep or as I was waking up, then it kind of came on again, and I could feel the sensation started raising up. So this time the shit starts to happen. I don't recall the visual part, but I knew like this time as this shit starts to happen, like I feel my body. All right, so I'm laying on the couch taking a nap. I got the TV on. This is what I used. This is what I used. This is how I knew I just wasn't tripping, because I had the TV on. And so as I started experiencing all of this, I could also hear the TV, and I was familiar with the commercial that was playing. So I was listening to that as I was experiencing all this. I'm like, okay, this is really happening. Like I'm not just dreaming and tripping. Like I'm aware enough because like I know what's going on in my surroundings. Like I'm listening to this commercial that I'm fit like, all right. So anyway, so shit started getting heavy, and in that time, as the energy starts to pick up, like I could feel and hear, but my body, as in my physical body. I got leather couches. So like in my physical body moved as if like somebody scooted me over, like scoot over a little bit. And like my physical body, literally, I felt it move and I could hear it because I'm saying with the leather couch and I could hear it, you know what I'm saying? And that tweaked me out. And I was like, oh, okay, nah, I'm not ready. So I snapped out of that. Then the third time, which wasn't too long after that. After that, I kind of had my mind made up, like, okay. I laid on the couch again. I think I was taking a nap again. Same couch. And then at some point, I felt it coming on. It started coming on again. But that time, I was like, all right, fuck it. We gonna see it through. And it is what it is. Right? Like, all right, whatever happens, it's just about to, like, we about to see what happens because I'm a, I'm rocking this one out. Let's see where it takes me. So all that shit happens, the sensations and all that shit start coming on and all of that. So this time, instead of snapping out of it, I just endured the uncomfortableness of it. And then it's kind of like very hard to explain again. Only way I can explain it is using the word poof. It's just like this. Poof happened. And then I opened my eyes and I was in like a loft. A condo or something. And it was clean, nice, and I could tell that I was real high in the air. Like I just could feel it. That I was super high in the air. And so I open my eyes and I'm there and I'm looking around. I'm in this loft, like, and then there's this tall white man that's in there with me. And I'm looking at him and he's just looking at me. And I remember I start asking him questions about what was going on. Like, what the fuck was that? You know, that I just experienced all of that. Like what was that? What is this? And I remember he was being vague, and I remember he said the word kundalini. And I'm like, okay. And then I start asking questions again because I'm always asking questions every time. Like, motherfuckers be annoyed with me at the point because I'm going to question the shit out of you. So I'm asking questions and I just remember him looking at me. I said something to the effect of like, okay, so this right here, right now, this is this is the result, like in a way I was saying like, okay, so is this the Big Bang, this moment right here? Like, is this what it's all is this the hype? And I remember he was looking at me and he started shaking his head. He had like this little smirk on his face and he was just shaking his head no to me. And that's how I remember that part, and I think it kind of fizzled out. And then I remember saying, okay, I'm ready to wake up now. And then I started falling down. I'm falling down in the darkness, which wasn't new for me. But I'm falling down in the dark and I'm going down. But then I stop. And I had like a false awakening, kind of like, I don't know, but it's like I stopped And then I opened my eyes, but now I'm looking at two other dudes sitting on the couch. And it's like they were sitting in the loft. It put you in the mind as if I was fell from the top level and now I'm somewhere like in the middle level and I'm in another loft. But it's not like I'm physically there like it was up top. Now it's like I'm just a spectator, and it's like I'm looking at these two dudes on the couch, and one dude is telling the other dude the experience and how real it was. And it was funny because he was like describing my experience. But it's like he wasn't me, but he was like describing exactly my experience and what I was feeling, like as if we was like on the same stream of, like if it was a shared consciousness or something. I don't know. Shit be hard to make sense out of. But I remember, so I'm looking at that, and then that fizzles out or something. I think I go back to falling, and then I wake up for real. And I wake up and I'm on my couch, and the TV is still on, and I think that fucking commercial probably like just went off. Anyway, so yeah, that's my story. I don't know what's beyond that point yet. I'm gonna figure it out. Definitely gonna figure out. Like I don't know, because all of this shit, like consciousness, like it unfolds in layers, in like stages. Like one time, every time you break through like one illusion, you assume that the next reality is the truth. But once that breaks down, and then the next, right? So it seems, I don't know, but definitely gonna find out what's what's after that. What's next? Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that.